Good morning, everybody. It's Elizabeth Smith here, and it's a real pleasure and an honour to be with you here again today for a Cameo coaching set on a lovely Monday morning. I have not got a clue what it looks like outside, but it's certainly warm and toasty in here, so I imagine the heating is on and been left on all night. Never mind. Okay, so today is about Are You Forgetting to Live? And I think it's quite poignant for a Monday morning because many of you will be probably dragging yourselves out of bed and wondering what it's all about. I hope some of you are bouncing out of bed. That would be lovely to think that, there's some positivity out there. Anyway, today, yes, it's come up from a number of things with my background in neurolinguistics and mental health. You can often tell things about just looking at individuals. You can have a really wild guess about what's going on inside. And being Monday morning, I thought this would be a key for some people just to have a look at themselves in the mirror and see what's coming back at them. Whilst planning this live, it brought about some memories of a really lovely metaphor. It's a story that I tell in some of my trainings about a bird, a caged bird in a house, domesticated, who dreamt and watched the birds flying in the air and soaring around on summer's days and what have you. Out of the window, and wished and wished and wished for all her life and all her worth that she had the opportunity to do the same. And one day the owner left the cage door open, and she sat there so long thinking about it and wondering about it, and should she do it and shouldn't she do it. Good morning, Kaylee. That she actually forgot and missed her opportunity, and the owner came back and shut the door on her. So never to have that opportunity again. So this is why I'm bringing it to you, because I'm thinking how many of us are living in that cage, that sort of weird and wonderful world of ours that we have potentially created for ourselves. The bars are our own bars. So think about it. So, to coin another very well-known phrase, those people who look endlessly at the gutter, I won't say the proper terms for it, will only ever see what goes on in a gutter. And those people who spend most of their time looking at the stars and the sky and the atmosphere will basically only ever see that part. So what goes on between in that sandwich? And that's where I think today comes to fruition, really, because that's where life is going on, in that middle bit. And I have to say, I love being up there with the stars in the sky. And occasionally I have to look down and see where I'm putting my feet. But yeah, spend some more time in that middle sandwich. So going back to my caged analogy, when you look at research of poor animals that are being kept and maintained captive, we see the adverts, don't we, of bears, dancing bears on ropes and strings and things like that. And you see others that, the polar bears that just wander up and down aimlessly, rocking. Even if you gave them their freedom, those behaviors remain. They remain hardwired into their being, their whole, that the edge of the planet will always be there, whether it is in real life or not. And I think a lot of us are leading our lives in exactly the same way. So I will just wonder, we do have that freedom out there. So what is that glass ceiling? What are those boundaries, those invisible boundaries that you have had created for you? I'm not going to dismiss that, but also ones that we create for ourselves. I'd love to, and you can hear it in a lot of people's language, but you see it in a lot of people's body language as well. So, you remember all those sort of things that we do in everyday life, but if we didn't care, if we didn't want to break out of that, what would be the purpose of going through life just waiting for the end, waiting for, where's the excitement? What is it that, we wonder why we're not motivated, and then we look at our lives and how we perform within those lives. So If you find yourself recognizing any of this about you, or you know anybody else that you think actually is also living within those self-imposed restrictive walls of life, just think for a minute and think. One of the ways that I suggest that we approach this is potentially we all have mobile phones, or majority of us have mobile phones. I would suggest that you set your alarm for maybe 3 times today, just for, and switch it off. But on those times when those alarms go off, just have a look at your body language. How are you sitting? How are you standing? How are you? Where's your head tilted to? Where are your eyes? What are your thoughts at that very moment in time? And go deep. Just feel, what am I feeling at the moment? Am I tense in my stomach? Is my breathing shallow? And then ask yourselves, what opportunities have I got this minute, right this minute, that I could take? And do this for several days and just see what the outcome is, because I can guarantee you at some point in that day, you will either be looking down, or you'll be having wonderful thoughts up in the atmosphere and out with the sun, the moon and the stars. And sometimes you'll be in that middle bit. And that middle bit is where our opportunities are. Yes, we might create our opportunities up there, but bring them down. So if you find when you set your alarm clock at 12:30 this morning or this afternoon, and you've got these wonderful thoughts going on there, grab it, take action, bring it into the middle bit. See if you can do that. Lower your shoulders, breathe deeper, open your chest up so you actually fill those lungs with oxygen, and then go again. And keep doing that. Just remind yourself you are on this planet to do more and to experience more. And if those opportunities aren't there and being given to you per se, can you create them? Please share this video. If it's been useful, I hope it has been useful and you've found some value in it. Please do feel free to share it with anybody, and I'll see you in a few days' time. Bye-bye.